Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ready for Cambridge. Today, we're going to look at the exact grammar structures that you must use in your formal writing tasks, whether this is an essay, a report, proposal, or a formal letter. And by the end of this lesson, you will know exactly how to write in a formal style and reach the C1 grammar related proficiency in writing. And of course, impress the exam with advanced language. Let's start now by understanding what Cambridge actually expects from you in the writing paper. I've got two examples. One is from the traditional paper based format. Take a look. We've got on the left side the essay question. So, part one is always an essay. And in this second part of the writing paper, we've got the proposal, that is formal, the report, formal again, and the review, that's not formal. Depending on who the reader is, it is either semi formal or informal. And then here is the digital practice test available to everybody who is preparing for the Cambridge C1 Advanced. And again, in the first part, we've got your essay, write your essay. And then in the second part, we've got three questions. The second question, of the writing paper, that's the report, formal. The third question of the writing paper, that's the review, and which is either, as we mentioned earlier, either informal or semi-formal. And then this one is the letter. Now, is this letter formal or informal? How do you know the register that we must write in? This is written by a friend. So this letter, the one we're writing back, is going to be an informal letter. Good. Now, from these two practice tests, one traditional and the other one digital, we see how important is the formal writing. The formal register. It matters so much in the Cambridge C1 exam. In part one, just a quick recap. You always have to write an essay. This task must be written in a formal register without contractions, personal anecdotes, or overly casual language. And in part two, we've got either reports, proposals, or formal letters, and they all require sophisticated grammar. Now, let's see which are these grammar structures that must be, no matter what, in your essays. And here they are, our almighty grammar structures. And they are participles, pre-modifiers, nominalisation, conditionals, passives, and modals. Why is it the added value? It's because in my article, which I'm going to show you in a bit, I've just mentioned 5 grammar structures. There are, of course, examples where you will find modals, but I haven't actually specified that modals, the presence of modals in your essay is also are very, very important. All right. Now, these grammar structures, they are enhanced precision. They make your writing tone objective, persuasive, and convincing. And besides, they help you achieve the right level of formality. For this reason, I'm repeating, incorporating these structures is a must. They are powerful, you will see. Take a look. Besides, so here there are the 4 writing criteria. And let's see what our Cambridge examiners are looking for when they read your writing paper. They're looking for a range of grammar. Take a look. So they've got this range of simple and complex grammatical forms that they are looking for, and control of your grammar. whether you use the grammar structures accurately. Of course, there are other important criteria like have you answered the questions fully? Have you informed the reader? Have you organized your text well? Has it reached the conventions that the question is asking you to? Well, grammar is very, very important. Well, let's see how to reach this range of complex grammatical forms and to show control. Before we start, the study material that I've used for today's lesson is this article, The Big How in C1 Formal Writings. I've written it before, so I'm going to show it to you in my browser. Take a look. So for any additional material on today's lesson, you'll find practice examples here. So check it out later. It's got clear explanations, examples, it's got extra practice, just to ensure you can use these grammar structures confidently in your own writing. Well, when you've got time, just see and find more details. Now, let's see the grammar in action, not in random, just floating examples. Take a look. Read this exam task carefully. This is a report question, and this could easily appear on your exam. No, I'm joking. It's just an example. So let's read this task. Your college is looking to improve its sports facilities. The principal has asked you to write a report that evaluates the existing facilities at the sports center and provides suggestions on how they could be improved. So, we're going to look into the grammar structures for this topic. I mean, the examples of these grammar structures will relate to this topic, so you can exactly see how to apply them in context. First, let's start with our participle clauses. They make your writing compact, advanced, and sophisticated. Let's take a look at these two examples. Having identified outdated facilities, the committee prioritized urgent upgrades. Or opened nearly 20 years ago, the sports hall shows clear signs of wear. Use participles like this for simultaneous or related actions, like having identified. And the second example of the participle, that is a past participle, that is used to give a for a passive meaning. All right, let's move on. Our next slide is the presence of pre-modifiers. What is this? This structure is made up of the article the and then an adjective, and one of these thing, fact, point, problem, or reason, and then the form of the verb to be. And pre-modifiers help you highlight and emphasize the main idea in a really formal way. And they vary, as you see in these two examples. Just use any of these that suit best your argument. So I've got the important point is that, or the undeniable fact is that, the most pressing reason is that. And pre-modifiers, they are extremely effective in essays, reports, proposals, all the formal register essays, because they draw attention to your main argument while maintaining a highly formal tone. Why not read these examples? The obvious fact is that several areas fail to meet modern standards, and the main point is that without improvements, student interest will keep declining. Our third grammar structure is relates to nominalizations, and what these are. We've got the usage and the presence of nouns rather than verbs, because the usage, using nouns makes the argument sound objective and academic. So the process of transforming verbs into nouns is called nominalization. For example, the renovation of existing courts would likely increase participation, or effective promotion of upgraded facilities could attract external events. So change verbs to nouns to sound objective. Instead of saying, they introduced new policies and or, I don't know, the morale of their participants improved. The introduction of new policies has improved morale, for example. So change verbs into nouns. Make sure you've got nouns. Let's move on to our conditionals. And here we are with our fourth grammar structure, conditionals. They help you discuss hypothetical situations and give recommendations, perfect for proposals or reports. And to show an even higher level of grammar, use inversion in conditionals by omitting if. For example, well, the first one is a simple conditional. If the gym were refurbished, student membership might double. Where these proposals approved, satisfaction would improve immediately. So I've got here an inversion, example of an inversion. Or should these recommendations be taken into consideration, substantial progress could be made in a short time. Structures like this show an extremely formal register and typical of a high level academic or business writing. Well, what Cambridge C1 Advanced or even C2 Proficiency require. And here we are with our fifth grammar structure, passives. The passive is absolutely essential in our formal writing. It makes it more objective and impersonal because we keep the focus on the action or result and not on the person. And this is perfect for formal writing. Here are the examples. It is generally accepted that the current facilities are outdated, or several recommendations have already been submitted by students. So keep an eye on passives and use them. They must be in your formal essays. Let's move on to our sixth added value, modals. Again, not mentioned in my article, though they are part of many examples. Now, modals like could, might, should, must, they help you make recommendations and get a formal, balanced, and cautious style. Let's read these two examples. Additional funding could transform the quality of sports services, or collaboration of local clubs might lower long term costs. Now, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to see all the structures combined naturally in one short paragraph, which is the conclusion for our report. I'm going to read it. I'd like you to spot the grammar structures, the six of them we have covered today. All right? Here is our conclusion. The crucial point is that comprehensive upgrades are essential to meet student expectations. Having noted clear deficiencies, it is apparent that the renovation of key areas would solve most problems. Were these plans implemented, participation could increase considerably. Built to encourage the active lifestyle, the new facilities are expected to benefit all students. It is therefore suggested that these improvements be approved swiftly, as they might offer substantial long term advantages. So, have you found them? Well, they're here highlighted in different colors. Passives, conditionals, modals, pre-modifiers, nouns and nominalization, participles, they are all here. Remember, in your formal writings for the C1 Cambridge Advanced exam, always include them. Now, try writing your own paragraph on this same topic using all of them and post it in the comments. I would be delighted to give you feedback. And for more examples, you can always visit my blog, Ready for Cambridge. The link is in the description, the link to the article. So the lesson is over. We've worked a lot. Now, stay tuned for more words of advice and handy material. Happy writing!